If you create anime content with AI, which model should you actually be using? And more importantly, can a general purpose AI model really compete with one that's built specifically for anime style creation? That's the question I wanted to answer in this video. So today I'm comparing a few different AI image models using the exact same prompts to see how they handle real world scenarios that anime creators actually care about. So before jumping into the actual tests, I want to quickly explain how the comparisons actually work. Now, every model in this test receives the same prompts or equivalent prompts. I'm generating multiple results for each prompt instead of just showing one lucky image, and I'm not tweaking parameters or differently between models to favor any particular one. So keep that in mind. The goal here is not just to promote one tool, but to actually understand how different design philosophies show up in the actual results. Now, for the comparison, I tested Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and Tsubaki 2.0, which is the latest model from PixAI. Now, PixAI is a platform that's designed specifically for anime style generation, and Tsubaki 2.0 is their newest in-house model aimed at improving structural control, instruction, understanding, and narrative expression. So let's get straight into it and start with the first test category, complex structure and multi-character control. Now, this is where many AI image models begin to struggle because the prompt includes multiple characters, layered outfits, and detailed scene instructions that are easy for the model to partially ignore. The prompt I used here was two anime characters standing close together in a neon-lit cyberpunk street, one wearing a layered tactical jacket with belts and straps, and the other with a mechanical arm and asymmetrical armor pieces, rain reflections on the ground, intense mood lighting. Now, when I ran this prompt in Midjourney, the images were visually striking right away. The lighting looked cinematic and the overall aesthetic was impressive. However, some of the smaller outfit details started to merge together. Now, straps, accessories occasionally blended into the jacket, textures instead of staying structurally distinct, and Stable Diffusion had a slightly different pattern. Some generations handled the character anatomy fairly well, but mechanical elements like the cybernetic arm sometimes lost structural clarity or appeared to float slightly away from the body. Now, with Tsubaki 2, the interesting difference was structural stability. The belts, zippers, and the layered clothing remained more clearly separated, and the mechanical arm integrated more naturally with the character's anatomy. Multi-character positioning also felt cleaner, especially when one character partially overlapped the other. Instead of merging shapes together, the model maintained clear spatial separation. And the second test category looked at spatial logic, lighting, and perspective. The prompt here was anime girl standing in front of a large window overlooking a futuristic city at night, neon lights reflecting through the glass, soft interior lighting from the left casting shadows, semi-transparent curtains moving slightly in the wind. Now, Midjourney again produced beautiful images with strong atmosphere. The lighting looked cinematic, but occasionally the reflections in the glass or shadows didn't quite match the direction of the light source. Stable Diffusion produced some accurate lighting in certain generations, but depth layering between the characters, curtains, and city background sometimes collapsed slightly, making the scene feel flatter. Now, Tsubaki 2 showed a noticeable improvement in how lighting and space interacted. The shadows aligned more consistently with the light source, and semi-transparent elements like curtains or glass reflections held their structure better. The background cityscape also remained clearer instead of blending into the foreground layers. And this is where the model actually is focused on spatial composition, and it seems to show up most clearly. And another interesting area that I wanted to explore was narrative expression, especially for manga-style storytelling, because we know that's important. Now, the prompt here asked for a small multi-panel manga layout. 3-panel manga scene of a character discovering a mysterious object, first panel curiosity, second panel surprise, and third panel determined expression, consistent character design across panels. Now, general purpose models like Midjourney can generate panel layouts, but maintaining character identity across multiple panels can be inconsistent. Hair shape, facial proportions, or outfit details might shift slightly from frame to frame. Stable Diffusion sometimes managed sequential scenes better with the right settings, but consistency still varied across generations. Now, Tsubaki 2 appeared to handle this task more intentionally. The same character design remained consistent across panels, and the emotional progression, from curiosity to surprise to determination, came through all more clearly. The layout also felt more like a structured manga panel rather than a collage of separate images. And after running all these tests, one pattern became pretty clear. Models like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion are extremely powerful general-purpose tools. They're excellent at producing visually striking images across many different styles. But when the task specifically involves anime-style structure, layered costume design, or sequential storytelling, a purpose-built model starts to behave differently. That difference comes from design philosophy. PixAI isn't trying to be a universal image generator. It's a platform dedicated specifically to anime-style creation, with its own in-house models and a community where creators can share prompts and remix settings. Now, the platform already has millions of active users, and a big part of it is, and its appeal, is that creators can explore and reuse workflows from other artists rather than starting from scratch every single time. Now, Tsubaki 2 represents the newest iteration of that ecosystem. Instead of focusing purely on aesthetics, it seems to prioritize structural control, instruction accuracy, and storytelling capability. That's particularly useful for workflows like character design, anime illustration, or manga-style narrative content. So, what's the takeaway from all of this and the comparisons and the tests? If you're using AI primarily for broad visual experimentation or concept art across many styles, general-purpose models like Midjourney still remain extremely strong tools. But if your focus is specifically anime-style illustration, structured character design, or sequential storytelling like manga panels, Tsubaki 2 offers a level of consistency and control that's clearly built for that workflow. Ultimately, these models aren't trying to solve the exact same creative problem. The real question isn't which model is best overall, it's which one fits the type of content you want to create. So if you want to explore Tsubaki 2 and see how it fits your workflow, you can check it out through the PixAI platform using the link down in the description below. Having said that, that'll be all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.